Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our Swadhyay online reading retreat labs presents Power of SFE, the Gateway to Spirituality program. In this, we're continuing with the Gita daily series every day evening, 8:30 p.m. And we have Srimad Bhagavatam daily in the morning, 8 o'clock in the IST, Indian Standard Timing. Stay tuned. If you have missed any of the sessions, you can always look into this entire playlist is available with you. So today we are going to read the next topic from chapter number 14. Chapter number 14 is entitled The Three Modes of Material Nature, and in that we are learning the verse number. We have learned verse number 11 the last time. We have seen those three modes plus transcendence, and we have very specific words for them: rapidity, clarity, and serenity. Right, and we have seen those mode of ignorance, mode of passion, how mode of goodness, and the beyond everything is the transcendence. Right. So now today we are going to learn from are we being dull and lulled from 14.13 and insanity is not compulsory. These two we are going to read and understand. Before that, we will be reading from, as usual, we will be reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is first. Then we will be reading this topic from Bhagavad Gita for daily enrichment series. So you do not have a hard copy, I will recommend to have a hard copy from the nearest ISKCON center and read it every day. It's a part of your life. Then let's start with today, the 14.13. So let's go through always also the online version of it. You do not have a hard copy or if you are traveling. So let's see, go to the chapter number 14, verse number 13. The translation goes like this. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested, right? These are different things which are manifested if you are in MOI, mode of ignorance. Purport. When there is no illumination, knowledge is absent. One of the mode of ignorance doesn't work by a regulative principle. He wants to act whimsically for no purpose. Even though he has the capacity to work, he makes no endeavor. This is called illusion. Although consciousness is going on, life is inactive. These are the symptoms of one in the mode of ignorance. So this is chapter number 14, verse number 13. Now, based on this, we have a two reflection topic. So first one is, are we being dull and lulled? Let's see what tips for Gita for daily enrichment series guide says us. 14.13, are we being dulled and lulled? So what is the meaning of lulled if you do not know the meaning? Calm or sent to sleep, typically with soothing sounds of movements, right? So this is something we know the meaning here. Dull means already you might be knowing dull, right? Few consumer products save the contemporary home as much as a television. Few images represent a contemporary family better than a group of people. Physically cloistered. So we don't know the meaning. I don't know the meaning of a cloister. Is enclosed by having a cloistered walkway. So I'll mark it as highlighted here. Physically cloistered and emotionally distanced, huddled around a TV, staring, cheating, glaring, and leering at the alluring images that which in and out of existence on the screen. For most people who watch TV, there's neither meaningful contemplation nor purposeful action. There is just mindless consumption of the sound and sight where being dished out. The effect that TV often has on us is, from the perspective of Bhagavad Gita 14.13, typical of the mode of ignorance. This mode reduces us to a kind of paralysis by divesting us of our capacities of both contemplation and action. The effect of the mode of ignorance can perhaps best be described as a dulling and lulling effect. Dulling effect. Our intellectual faculties get atrophied by disuse so that we find it difficult to use them even when we need and want to. Lulling effect, our physical capacities. Dulling is intellectual faculties. Lulling effect is our physical capacities get weakened by continuous inactivity so that we become prone to many of the diseases typical to a sedentary lifestyle. Okay, so this is a dulling and lulling effect. If you do not know the meaning, Gita wisdom describes that if you wish to break free from this paralyzing effect of the mode of ignorance, then we need to annul our desire. So annul means declare invalid an official agreement, right? Declare our desire for lazy illusory pleasure and kindle our desire for dynamic spiritual happiness. We can do both by rendering devotional service to Krishna. And the more we practice devotional service, the more we get tuned to a spiritual TV that keeps beaming to us the presence and guidance of Krishna constantly, thereby inspiring us toward joyful contemplation and fruitful action. So we repeat the verse again. So verse number 13 translations. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. Right? So we will be, before we go to the next reflection, we will be writing down the word of the today for this particular topic. So a lot of words here. So let's go to the word of the day. Word of the day. So we are writing these words. Lulled, lulled, and we have another word, cloister, cloistered, cloistered, leering, leering, whiz, WHIZ, entropy, atrophied, whiz, atrophied, which atrophied, then annulled, ANNUL. These are the 5 words I think for today. Yeah. So now let's add them into our word list, which we usually do use in the Cambridge dictionary. I do whatever dictionary you can follow. It's up to you. So annual, ANUL. Annual means, so we'll be removing the meaning once again. It's pronounced as annul. To officially announce that something such as law, agreement, or marriage no longer exists, right? Annulled. That's the evidence. So, yeah. This is the meaning actually. So announce, actually officially announce. So this we will be adding to our word list. Gita ready. Then also we have another word called entropy. Entropy of a part of the body to be reduced in size or and therefore strength or more generally to become weaker. Atrophy. 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 So here, this is the meaning. So we'll be also adding this to our word list, Gita daily. Then we have whiz. Whiz means to move or do something very fast, right? So that is the whiz here. We'll be also adding to the word list, whiz. Then leering. Leering. Leering, UK version, not a pronunciation here. It's an adjective, it's a disapproving, looking or behaving in a way that shows interest, especially this is not wanted. Disapproving, leering. Okay. So this is the leering, then cloistered. This is also added to our word list. Cloistered. Separated from and communicating little with the outside world. Cloistered life, cloistered existence, right? cloistered, right? So this is separated and communicating little with the outside world. So this is today's another word. Then another word which we have, this will also will be adding to our list. Gita daily. Then next one is we'll be adding the last word for today is lulled. To cause someone to feel calm or to feel that they want to sleep. Lull her to sleep, right? This is something, yeah, calming, lulled. So this is the word to cause someone to feel calm or feel. We'll be adding to the list. Okay. So with this, we have completed today's word list. So I think that was the for today, this part. And as per this, okay, we have seen this part. 14.1.13 definitely we have already read. Now we will be going to the second segment of this topic today. That is insanity is not compulsory. Okay. So this is again part of the same verse. So I will be continuing here. Insanity is not compulsory. All of us have witnessed normal sane people suddenly behaving abnormally, even insanely. We may have seen this happening to ourselves. For some people, this abnormal self-defeating behavior becomes so habitual that though it threatens their career, relationships, finances, health, and even life, they passively rationalize it by saying that is just the way I am. That's my nature. Is it really? Is insanity. So if you do not know the meaning of insanity, here is the meaning. Seriously mentally ill. Is insanity compulsory? No, declares Gita wisdom. All of us are souls who are originally characterized by not just sanity, but also serenity and even felicity. The Bhagavad Gita 14.13 indicates that insane behavior, pramādo, results from the predomination of the mode of ignorance in our mind. This accumulated mode of ignorance first sabotages our normal intelligence. Aprakāśo then distorts the normal behavior pattern of pravṛttiś and finally impels us to self-destructive actions. Among the three modes, the mode of ignorance is the lowest and the bestest. That's why it perverts our original nature the most. Thankfully, this perversion, no matter how detrimental, is never irreversible. All of us the power to reclaim our original pure nature. For this return to purity, we need to consciously expose ourselves to places that is like temples, people like devotees, actions like chanting, and emotions like ecstasy and kirtanas that are surcharged with spirituality. This transcendental stimuli remove the influences of ignorance and invoke our dormant spiritual tendencies. The more we practice the art of exposing ourselves to transcendental influences, the more we become situated in our spiritual nature. The ultimate transcendental influence, in fact, the source of all transcendental influences is Krishna himself. When we expose ourselves to him internally by constantly thinking of him, then his presence in our consciousness protects us from all possible negative influences. Constant thought of Krishna is our best inner security and eventually the source of the supreme everlasting ecstasy. We'll repeat the translations again. When there's an increase in the mode of ignorance on son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. So we will mark those words as well. So today, insanity, insanity. The next word is felicity. Perversion. That's it. So we'll be adding also them into our word list. Let's do that. Insanity. So lull is already I posted to list. Okay, already know our word list. So today we're adding 3 more words. Insanity. Insanity. That is the condition being seriously mentally ill. So this is the word. Next word is felicity. Felicity means happiness, luck, or a condition that produces positive results, the dubious felicity, or so and so, right? So this is something you can see that felicity. Then we'll be adding this to our word list. The next one is perversion. Perversion, strange and unpleasant by most people, right? So this is also we're going to add to our word list. So I think with this we are done for today. So we have completed the one other verse, chapter number 14, verse number 13. With this we have completed the chapter 14, the selected verses, and we will mark them as a green today. So let's do that. This is done. This is also done. Right? So with this we have completed this verse. Let's stop here. So in the next session we'll continue the chapter number 15. Till then, Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.